Getting closer to the Baldwin Park area.
Oh, Dilly, man, what is he doing?
Loti run. GTO update looks realistic.
So, this is just feedback for the girl on duty. Okay, if you want to be like Chris, you must remind the viewer, what is the initial stop for the chase? What happened? What happened during the beginning? If there's any events...
Holy giant. 32 months.
You have to keep updating. These people tune in. People tune in. Gotta keep telling them. What kind of car? How many occupants? What are they doing? Are they armed or not? These are very important things. Armed or not? Vehicle stolen or not? Passengers or not? These are three very, very important components to talk about.
Wow. About 80 miles an hour. He's using every lane of this eastbound 10 freeway, and there are the lights. That's what we were waiting for.
Holy fuck, dude, actually, dude, tell us what was the initial reason for the fucking stop so we know why they're going so fast on the highway, dude. Jesus Christ, man, it's insane. We rarely see them going that fast.
First began, and that didn't stop him, so I doubt it's going to stop him now. It might only embolden him even more. I want to say he has his
Where's the
hazards
action?
on. Whoa, look at
Come
that.
on, crash for content.
Pretended he was going to exit at Vincent Avenue, but it's
D.
now back
He
on
did a
the
desync strata.
freeway.
Stop zooming in if there's no way to zoom in, man. I can't. Who's broadcasting this one now?
Across the scanner, they're just
NBC, like, oh man. It's unwatchable.
But through Azusa here, he's front 10 freeway. Going all the way to the right. Let's see what he does.
Jesus, this guy. Okay, this is insane. This is not gonna end well, I'm telling you
All
now.
the way to the left. So he's just zigzagging across the freeway right now. Oh, hard on the brakes here. Citrus is the next exit. You can see some damage to the car because he hasn't been involved in some collisions at least.
Well, how do we know that? Oh, I think this guy's got it.
XQC
Is that CHP Highway Patrol?
Barranca Street on the eastbound 10.
I think this might be it. Hold up.
So we first heard about this. We were actually up getting some.
We're gonna get ads at the beginning. Watch out.
Other things going on around town tonight.
Lowe's knows the
And,
best
we
deals
heard
for.
this was a following. It was very close by, so we.
We always get ads on that fucking
approached
website.
to see if it would go pursue.
Ah man, I'm fast, dude.
We got on it. So
We
we
always
went
get
over ahead,
fucking
sent
ads
the
on that
entire
piece of
time
shit.
to pursue. Started with LAPD, Hollybeck's division, near the City Terrace area, so it's kind of near Cal State, LA. Then it. He was all over the place. Oh gosh, so many close calls on surface streets as well as on the freeway. But you see all these CHP units kind of getting in position. So that's going to be the secondary unit of the pursuit that's going to get behind all the
Kellogg
primary
Hill
that we see there, the
number 2
SUV.
lane. I think the next
Heading over
exit
to
is
the
going to be the
Kellogg
Ball
Hill area.
Road. Eastbound 10 freeway, still number 2.
Copy, eastbound 10 through Kellogg and then number 2.
So in terms of pursuit intervention,
You know, watch. I was taking the comms.
maneuvers out of the question. He's going way too fast. The freeway's just way too busy. They could try.
Watch the
spike
chase, bro.
strips,
I'm getting the comms so we can listen to what's going on.
because he's literally using every lane. So they would pretty much have to guess which lane he's going to be in. So it's going to be.
6, if you
really
have
difficult to
108,
do.
you can suggest
And,
that he's
the
in and out of
speeds are
lane.
just way too
Dive
high.
in towards
So
the
at this
exit.
point, their best bet is just to try to just
That's 6,
get
copy,
him
he's in and out
surrender.
of lane. Through the diamond and the exit.
The way he's driving this car, I mean, who knows how long it's going to last on him. Who knows how much gas he had when all this began. But approaching the Kellogg Hill area here on the eastbound 10.
Get some what? Let me get some comms. I'm not doing it, bro. This is all public. This is nothing. This is not.
Yeah, that's a good point, Jack. So Jack,
Well, it's not broadcastified. Like it's like some fucking.
I want to share with you guys. So they had gone into tracking mode. Police
Let me
had
get to your next exit. Looks like it's going to be Campus Drive.
didn't see us
Copy,
behind him.
eastbound of the 10 approaching campus and exiting.
Dilly, I got him. I got the comms by myself like a big boy.
On the eastbound 10 freeway. I am hearing now the talk about spike strips, so at least that's coming.
57, stand by if he's going to commit 57 south from the 10. 57 he's committed, 57 south from the 10 freeway.
South 57 freeway
Copy,
from
taking
the
the
10
southbound
freeway.
57 from the 10.
Chat, Diddley, this is allowed, right? I can listen to the comms and shit, right?
Southbound 57, so the 57 freeway, the orange freeway, that's going to dead end at the orange crush in the city of Orange. But let's see if he gets that far. Let me widen out the shot right now
Copy,
because we
moving
can't
over
how
to
many
the
units are
number
behind
3,
him.
southbound 57.
I'm just seeing 2.
Yeah, I'm back.
It's tough to
Sup?
keep up with
This is
this
going to
guy.
be
I mean,
Temple.
he's
Over to the number 2 lane.
Copy, southbound 57.
I don't know what he did. I'm trying to. That's why I was in the comment. What's what happened?
This guy's moving fast.
120. No. There's this helicopter having trouble keeping up, and they're not locked in on the target. Oh my god! Finally, they got Chris. Oh my fucking god! How is he still up?
Temple, light.
Copy, light traffic.
Control. Now it looks like he's getting off of the free.
Finally, Jesus Christ.
Off of the 10 freeway onto the 57 at upwards of 90 to
Can you show it on
100
Discord?
miles
Yep.
per
Put it to your
hour.
chat.
It looks to be a compact Hyundai vehicle. Potentially an Elantra, something like that. In any event, at least 3 units right behind him. CHP trying to keep up with him, but you get the idea here. As you take a look at our picture, he is flying past everybody on the road. Now the 57 looks to see much less traffic than the 10 freeway just behind him, but he is now going well over 100 miles per hour.
This guy's actually crazy.
A possible gang member in the driver's seat.
Finally.
This stolen vehicle, suspected
There you go, Chris.
stolen vehicle, as
Fucking
CHP
MVP,
picks up
man.
this pursuit, guys.
Yeah, Chris, are there any indications that he may be armed, or is it just, as far as we know, the stolen vehicle that we know of?
We haven't heard any talk of a weapon, any speculation about that even. So it's certainly possible, especially considering that they believe he is affiliated with the gang. Always a possibility, but right now the deadliest weapon is that car right there on the freeway. He is zooming down the 57 freeway. It's a dangerous pursuit because of the speeds here. Other than that, though, I mean, by the way, on the 10 freeway with all the traffic in his way, he was really weaving through a lot of close calls as he was making his way out of downtown LA.
115 though.
Or out of East LA, I should say. And now you can see he's really got the 57 pretty much wide open. That is an accurate speed there, about 115 miles per hour with nobody in his way. It looks like they're trying to create a traffic break, but at these speeds, it's pretty difficult to do anything. The tactics are limited. They're just limited options with what they could do with a suspect like this, especially with other motorists, any other motorists.
I didn't want to say anything,
on the road like this. I mean,
but
just look at the speeds. You could just tell.
Guys, I don't like things like this. Okay, I promise.
Going than every other car
But
in the vicinity here, upwards of
according to other chases in the past, this guy's doing it right.
I'm so sorry for all those drivers who are just minding their own business, driving on the freeway here. And as you said, it's a pretty free-flowing freeway right there.
Because there's a chance he goes too far, helicopter's out of range, has to go back, they transfer the call, and next speed doesn't pick it up.
120 miles an hour right now, Chris.
Blacked out, by the way, lights out. His lights are off. Which is
on the
really
phone.
dangerous, and it's been like that ever since LAPD picked up the pursuit. They felt comfortable with him when he was on surface streets in East LA, but once he got on the look at this,
Holy shit!
Holy fuck, this guy!
Almost wiped out into the median there. Wow, he is really struggling here. If he continues
Oh
at these
my
speeds,
god, I thought it was done now.
long twist of that steering wheel, and that's all it takes. Almost lost control of the vehicle right there. Was able to regain control. Luckily, almost wiped out, and you're really hoping he can maintain control, because if he wipes out,
we've rarely seen that, by the way. People drifting out like that.
Motorists is just way too high. Looking for an exit
is driving a
here as he gets all the way
Hyundai.
over to the
Now this
shoulder.
man named gang
This is
affiliated.
one of the faster pursuits we have seen in a couple of months, guys.
There
He
you go.
is really booking down the 57 freeway now.
You really called it, too. One false move, one minor mistake, and he's done. This is not
Chris
some
knows
kind
his
of
shit.
race car that he's in. This is an ordinary passenger vehicle. It's a sedan. It's a compact. and it's going to slip, it's going to slide, it's going to fishtail, and it's going to spin
Oh,
out
this guy,
potentially.
That Elantra
And
engine
if this
will
person
fail
loses
before the
control, if he
cops
makes
catch
one
him.
false move or
Should have
overcorrects
stolen
or something.
on the Civic.
So this is something we've got to really watch for, and it is a definite danger to everybody else on the road. What,
That's
the
not gonna
speed
go
now
good.
still in the triple digits?
Yeah, still doing about $110, $115.
Oh,
And I should say, as he was transitioning back there, he got off of the 57 freeway onto the 60. So we now see ourselves on the 60 freeway going the opposite direction, back in the westbound direction, as we start to retrace our steps here, except we're a few miles south
zooming right now.
this time now on the 60 freeway, heading back
Whoa.
towards the LA
Jesus.
metro area. And
That
once
cop just
again,
caught up, though.
just weaving past anybody who happens to be in his lane, but he's not slowing down. That's the problem. If you weave through
Also,
traffic
a good fact is that not only he is going fast, but the police also chasing faster. Usually,
depending on the vehicle.
Usually they don't bother. They keep the heli on and they wait, but they're chasing. They're staying on him.
But once you get into 90 and 100 miles per hour, just changing lanes.
They know something that we don't.
Dangerous endeavor, and that's what we're seeing here. He is changing lanes at a high rate of speed, and really lucky so far that he is not wiped out. But you saw a close call, already a few close calls, as he pushes 100.
Absolutely,
I am
Chris.
actually a little bit surprised that CHP has managed to keep up with him, and I'm also a little bit surprised that they have made the call to continue this pursuit.
That's what
this
I just said that.
Considering what we know, now we don't know what they know, but considering what
Wait, you
we
just
know,
said that.
I'm almost a little bit surprised that they haven't called this one off. For some reason,
Chris is
they
literally
are
just watching you
managing,
straight.
and they are able to keep up with him. You know, as long as they feel comfortable,
you're right.
the watch commander is okay with it, they will continue the pursuit. But we have seen pursuits canceled at much lower rates of speed. Let's put it that way.
You just saw that right there, Chris. It looked like he got a little bit squirrely again. But again, that's where the surprise is happening. I think a lot of us are thinking about that. The CHP in pursuit, as we know they kind of take turns. They go in tandem trying to stay on these suspects. And they are very, very, very good at pursuits. But again, when you see a car going this fast and so many innocent lives at risk right now, this person... They must really think this person is very, very dangerous.
And the original want was a stolen car in the El Sereno area. LAPD initially on this, correct? Chris?
That's exactly right. It was LAPD's Hollenbeck division, and they were pursuing him on surface streets where the driving was dangerous, but not nearly the speeds that we're seeing here. And once he got onto the freeway, LAPD said, you know what? It's not worth it. They kept the airship up to keep a close eye on him, and they gave CHP the option of picking up the pursuit. Now, CHP, if they had other things going on, maybe they wouldn't have done it, but in this case, they decided, you know what? Let's get this guy. Let's try and get him off the road. And sure enough, they are miraculously able to keep up with him. I got to tell you, an impressive job by CHP to safely keep up with him.
Chris.
And let's just hope that this doesn't end too ugly. But right now, he is moving through the city of Industry at well over 100 miles per hour. That CHP SUV, nonetheless, a top-heavy vehicle in and of itself, able to keep up with him here. Pretty close, too, only about 8 or 10 car lengths behind him as he continues to push the pedal to the metal right past traffic. And the problem here is that as we make our way further towards the west,
he's got the hazards on.
To see traffic pick up a little bit. And if he continues these antics with more innocent drivers in his way, I worry about the desperation behind the wheel there and what
Wait, is that blinkers or hazards?
Might be capable of.
Wait, it's a left blinker.
Again, CHP managing so far to keep
don't
up
pull
with
him over then.
I think that could change at any moment. They might decide, you know what, this is just too risky.
Yeah, too risky. And then, you know, they might go into that tracking mode where they'll just sort of keep following this person until maybe
is he going to do a fake exit? Watch this.
You know, put their guard down and then they sort of slow down. But again, you know, we do have some video that we sort of have, and we can show you moments ago where he lost control, and we thought he was going to crash right there. And then
he lost control.
The steering. He obviously a darn good driver, and with these speeds, again, it's shocking. shocking to see how fast this driver can go. And thank goodness, I guess they're staying on the freeway, Chris, because I mean, I feel like I'm holding my breath every time this driver gets really close to other cars, because it looks like he almost kisses many cars. He gets so close.
What?
You're exactly right. At least he's trying
This lady is always off the fucking hinges, but I can't.
You know,
Versus
a
the
compact
fishtail
car
now
like this, especially a
kissing?
Hyundai like that, is a very fuel-efficient vehicle, capable of upwards 500 highway miles on one tank of gas. Now, of course, at these speeds, he is using up much more fuel, but suffice it to say, this can continue on for quite a while, depending on how much gas is in that tank. Look at that. All the way over the entire freeway, from the shoulder all the way over to the number 4 lane, now heading back to the number 3 and trying to get over to the shoulder maybe again as he continues. He has not slowed down or
I have to come to
at
Brett.
all.
Well, they changed frequency. I have a new one. Got it. Thank you.
Past the 605 freeway here, and again, I have to remind you, we are going to see traffic start to pick up a little bit.
DQ
Just in
present.
cruising the area, I can tell you there are a number of weekend construction projects along various freeways that are getting started. It's just a heart-pounding pursuit to see somebody going that fast with no regard for anybody's safety here. Nonetheless, not even himself. Forget that. I mean, he is just coming so close to wiping
Bro,
out.
I swear to God,
really
this Chris guy, he has like 12-hour days
and really
at the station.
And
12-hour days.
Starting to build
He's
up.
always commenting on the shit.
Ahead, where should we start to see more of that traffic?
Well, he doesn't have much time. At these speeds, it's going to be maybe 2 or 3 minutes before he gets closer to the East LA interchange here. Once he gets closer to the 710 freeway, that's where you're going to see a few more brake lights and definitely more volume on the freeway.
He
Even if
sleeps
it's not, I'm not
in
talking
the
about
fucking
traffic jams, but just more people on the road. And I was a little more encouraged when he was going the opposite way, going away from the city.
I don't think he doesn't come from home. He doesn't.
The busier parts of East LA, where there is so much going on this evening, the festival going on in Chinatown and other events, concerts going on. There's just a lot going on a Friday night with a lot more. Further west we get. In the number 1 lane, there is no shoulder here, but he is using every inch of asphalt that he has at his disposal to get around any cars in his way. And once again, look at that.
I know in the hell, you fucking moron. I know all this shit. You're not teaching me anything.
Get over to the right, maybe looking for an exit opportunity, or maybe he just was trying to get around traffic. I'm stunned that CHP.
You can hear the blades of the heli, bro.
But sure enough, they have, and there are.
Hold on, let me hear that. Oh, fuck. Forget it.
This pursuit. By the way, there's
I'm not going to do comms until they're in the city.
But at these speeds, the reason you're not seeing the night sun from that helicopter is likely because he's just going too fast. I got to tell you, we see oftentimes a night pursuit like this, you would expect to see that night sun. Once you get upwards of 100 miles per hour, controlling that night sun becomes a pretty challenging task.
Yeah, we saw it earlier. It was wobbling and shit.
You might see a night sun here or there. I don't even know if he's got it on.
Look at him.
That was so close.
Yeah, he's really struggling to maintain control.
Oh. I mean, again, this is one of those heart-stopping chases, and I keep thinking about all the people around. It's
oh my
goodness gracious.
Plus 1,000 now.
It is one of those really festive weekends. A lot of kids are getting out for graduation.
Why don't you set up a set of course that we do this on the server?
And you have Pride weekends. Just so many people are out, and so many innocent people who have no idea this is coming on right behind them and coming up so quickly. I think a lot of us have seen cars drive up really fast behind us, and we just sort of stay in our lane. But I think you just want to hope that nobody tries to get over to let this person get over, because this is.
Jesus, this guy.
No, but he almost
lost
control again. I tell you, it was a little bit of a bounce, and again, all it takes is just one wrong move. I mean, inches play a role here at these speeds. Now he's forced to slow down. He's going to try and squeeze through these two vehicles and pick up speed.
Hold on, they're doing spikes,
making our way through Montebello. That primary unit. He deserves an attaboy at the end of this one, because he has really done a magnificent job of putting the pressure on here. I just worry if that pressure is agitating this driver even more than he would be driving if there was nobody behind him, or if they backed off a little bit. But nonetheless, CHP has made that decision to apply that pressure and continue this pursuit despite the risks, the obvious risks that we could see just from our vantage point up here. But he is continuing at a high rate of speed, getting through Montebello, closer to the 710 freeway here. We will see if he moves towards the transition or if he commits
They're not
to
fighting
the
that.
60
They're not
freeway.
fighting that. No way.
The East LA interchange
Absolutely
will be
not.
the next decision point here if he passes the 710. So we'll see what happens here in the next couple of minutes.
No, they can.
Still doing upwards of 100.
Depending on what's going on, they will do super mega high speed spikes. It happens.
Again, they have some information on this suspect that we obviously are not privy to, but being that they believe this person is a possible gang member, you do not know if this person connected to any sort of crime that has happened recently. We always find out about
I think it's about the people. There's about too many people on the highway.
Serious, and that may be the real reason why they do not want to let this person go. Because usually, I mean, we've seen them let drivers go recently more often.
Yeah, a couple days ago.
Yeah,
there was
we just
somebody
saw
driving a stolen car,
Yesterday.
and they let him go, and they realized they were going to probably pick him up later. It was a Mercedes. That car had that tracking technology built into it. So from the company, so they could activate that, find out exactly where the car was, and then go to it once it was stopped. This, we don't know if it has that. We don't know if there's something additional, as you said, Colleen, about this driver that they don't feel comfortable letting him go. And
that's also what I said.
Pursuit. Is he getting off the freeway? It looks like
it,
Chris.
Here it is.
Taking the transition into the East LA
Here
interchange here at a high rate of speed. He's actually on a surface street now. This is where it could get very, very dangerous. Now on South Lorena Street in Boyle Heights, getting off of the freeway just before the East LA interchange. And we'll go ahead and throw up the real-time speed tracker. He's doing at least 60 or 70 miles per hour. If this driving continues, they will almost certainly right through cross-traffic. If this continues, they will be forced to suspend this pursuit and put it back into tracking mode. Again, LAPD has gotten more conservative in the last 6 to 12 months. They have had their series of bad crashes. LA County Sheriff, known for their conservative policies as well, but CHP has certainly decided to try at all costs to get this person off the road, and they seem to be the most adventurous, I would say, of all the departments in our immediate area here in LA County, and certainly this is proof of that this evening. Now, on surface streets, it becomes a much riskier proposition.
Oh, where'd he go?
And now,
no, they got nights on their tongue.
Was that him, or did he? Yeah, he made the turn. He made the turn. They made the turn with him. They're continuing the pursuit. This is a side street coming off of Estrada, and now
no, he's not.
He's very small, narrow,
he's been stuck on that blinker for like an hour, bro.
We're going to try and get a little bit closer here. He's behind those buildings, coming up on another small intersection. These are very narrow. One lane going, one lane coming
chasing
through kind of dips in and out of some warehouses, and then you can see we're back in a neighborhood here. That's not him. He's coming. He might have made a left here at the end there. Did he make a left? Yeah, there he is. There he is. Or made our left, his right. He made a right there, and there he is.
Well, we're delayed then.
On South Grand Vista Avenue. Coming up on made the right turn there.
How do I get jump?
And we'll see if there was a reason that he got off at this specific exit, or if it was more of a random decision because maybe he saw traffic. Now he's doing a full circle around here. This is the same block that he was on just a moment ago.
Oh my God, what was that?
Fine, no spoilers. Just watch it then.
To maybe see some more random turns, unless he is familiar with this neighborhood. But he's not slowing down. I mean, he's certainly going much slower than he was on the freeway, but he is still going way too fast for this residential neighborhood.
So, Chris, do you think at some point, it looks like he's going into a parking lot?
Is he going to try to foot
Chat, we are a tiny bit delayed.
Dead end. I think it's a dead end. Is that a dead end? Over the curb. Over the curb. It's a dead end. He's going over the curb, through the trees, and he's crashed into a tree. There
oh, shit!
He is bailed out. Only the driver getting out of the vehicle. He is now on the run. CHP now has their night sun on that suspect. As he comes around that building, we're going to try and get right over it. They have officers now in foot pursuit as they come around. You can see a playground there. It's an apartment complex. Several units now on his tail as he ran into the building. Did he go in?
Looks
or is
like
he on the
ground?
ground?
I got
think
him.
he's on the ground.
He's on the
ground.
ground.
On the ground. He's got that. Wow. Well, man, this could have ended so horribly that this might be the best possible resolution to this pursuit. Wow. I mean, I'm just catching my breath, but man, great job by those CHP officers, not only catching up with him on the freeway, but keeping up with him and chasing him then on foot.
Wow.
To the ground.
It's like they were in position because he went around all the way around that building.
Did
Came
they
around
slap
the
him
other
in the
side,
face?
and it's like they were waiting for
I
him.
think so.
Exactly.
I swear that's what I saw.
Job from beginning to end by the California Highway Patrol. You know, a lot of really tough decisions, a lot of really hard calls to make if you're the boss guiding these officers, and they did a magnificent job. I just have to, you know, really give them that shout out, because this was one of the more dangerous high-speed pursuits we've seen in a minute.
No kidding. And you're seeing him, you know, they're handling him, you know, pretty gently. You know, for all that dangerous, scary driving, it's a very, very calm and peaceful resolution. It's sort of such a contrast.
It's a relief is what it is.
Oh, there's a fucking bullshit construction site with a hole. He tripped on a fucking hole.
He was on the freeway going 150
Look at this shit.
miles an hour.
There's fucking holes. What is this shit?
Anybody could have been hurt, including the suspect in the foot bail and the apprehension afterward. But it looks like nobody's hurt.
It's full of holes.
Making that arrest. And the suspect now in their custody. Again, this was a stolen car, first reported not far from here
I saw it, Jeff.
El Sereno.
In El Sereno, that's correct, Chris. Thank you. And LAPD was the initial pursuing agency. He got on the freeway. CHP took over. He got off the freeway. CHP stuck with it. And very shortly, he circled that neighborhood a couple of times and then decided to foot bail, which was...
I think he was forced to foot bail.
Yeah, after he ran into the tree. Yes.
Yeah, had no other choice but either to give up right there. But
are you watching a rock
he jumped
concert?
out and started running.
Yep.
And CHP got him right there. Well, of course, this pursuit has come to an end. Stay with us. We will certainly be right back with more news.
All right, Jage.
Jage.
Wait, there's no one going on?
Feeling down, can't seem to shake it. Wait